Hello everyone, welcome back to Demented Dawn Cornholio's Daily Health. This one's for Thursday, June 26th, 2025, of course. I have allowed for reversals, but let's see what comes through today. On the level of health. Right there. Ooh, okay. Well, on one level, when we have the Eight of Cups come through reversed, we are in the territory of not being able to walk away. He's not going to ever take self-responsibility, that's for sure. And, we can just take that for granted. That's one of the key meanings of this card. He's never done all he could, which would be if the card were, upright, a person is doing all they can, or they have done all they can, and they're walking away. Could also be a new moon or a full moon card, or even an eclipse card. But coming through reversed, he's never going to take self-responsibility. He's always going to throw people under the bus. And looking at it just, purely from health, when it comes to reversed, he's stuck in avoidance. He doesn't know how to move on. He's super afraid of change of any type, and so he just holds on, emotionally holds on, and he's feeling helpless. I think helpless, but he will never admit that. So what happens when it comes to the body's lymphatic system not flowing, this is what you get. You get exhaustion, you get the lymph it's not moving, because in order for the lymphatic system to move, we have to be willing to feel all of our feelings and heal. And self-care, massage, it would be great, but forget about that with him. So what he's got going on is that lack of flow in the lymphatic system, tumors, addictions, and because it's Saturn, we could be having trouble with his skeletal system. The challenge for today is that secrets are coming out. This card's ruled by the moon. We're having the new moon in Cancer. I think actually that's today. I'm doing this reading on the 25th. But the new moon sandwiched in between the sun and Jupiter can exacerbate things in that area for him, and I think that's what's happening. So with the High Priestess coming through in the challenge position, he's having stomach problems, digestion issues, the fluid balances in the body are not working well. He has just the level of unprocessed emotional reactions which come from the past. There's so many from so many years of not doing his work. And this leads to gout, also dehydration, and then of course that leads to vision problems. So I have a feeling that his travels to NATO it has also exacerbated all of his issues. It's just not good to be flying when you're an older dude like him with circulatory issues. It's not good to be flying around. Okay, early in the morning, his dysfunctional family issues are up, and but he still is just willing himself to go forward in whatever direction he wants. And I think there's something with hog's breath in here too, because they're both, today they're trying to say that the everything underground that was bombed in Iran is they've gotten everything, and that's not what is being reported. So that's that's one level here. But on another level, with the Ten of Cups coming through reversed, This is bad health advice that he's getting. Sometimes this is a card because it's Mars. Mars rules sharp instruments and things that need to be taken care of quickly. This is also one of my cards for an unexpected surgery. So he has major nutritional deficiencies, and he's willing himself through life, propped up with all types of drugs, whatever he can get. That's the thing, with the super wealth, the super rich, the wealth that comes with being able to purchase anything you want. So yeah, on one level, this is the military. On another level, when it comes to his health, this card relates to his genetics and his stomach, because cancer. Also the whole, the chest area where his little itty bitty tiny heart lives. So yeah, but it's all about control, and he's out of control. So there's that, but he's holding on. Okay, Midday, we have the oops, I'm sorry. Let me bring this up a little. Some brilliant person, and I can't remember who. You guys, I've been so blessed with all the birthday comments, and I've read so many. My eyes are bugging out. My eyes are burning. and I'm forgetting like who commented what, but somebody was so brilliant to say, don't move the cards down because she uses closed captioning and it fills up the bottom. So I will do my best to remember that, and feel free to yell at me if I forget. Okay. But thank you so much for the comments, letting me know that most of you do watch on cell phones, and most of you watch cell phones or iPads, and that the placement has been okay. So, okay, now when we have the Six of Cups reversed, now I bet, let's see, can you guys, how many of you already know what this card means? Because it's come through so many times for him. This is our card for dementia. This is our card for dementia and Alzheimer's, actually. But it has to do with being stuck, when it comes to reverse, being stuck in the past. There's childhood abuse and trauma and misplaced loyalty and refusing any support. Unless, he just wants to stay in control. That's basically all that is. And yeah. Now, with the King of Cups coming through upright, I'm not seeing this as being someone that is working against him. I think that this is a water sign man that is helping him out, maybe even behind the scenes. So this is my Elon Musk card. This is also, oh my goodness, I don't know who else when it comes to, I'm trying to think. Oh, yeah. Kash Patel, he's a Pisces, right? I think. You guys let me know if I'm wrong about that. And that other dude, the one that Lori calls, Lori over at the Way of Positive Change, she calls him Licknut, but it's Letnick. Yeah. Secretary of Commerce, that guy. But there could be someone else that I'm not aware of. I think his own father was, I think he was a Gemini as well. But it could be, you know what, because we do have genetic issues here, but it could be, I have to look up again because I can't remember what sign his dad is. I'm wondering about that. Interesting. When the card's reversed, it is our card for stomach issues. So in case it was just a bad card flop and this is supposed to be reversed, then it would be stomach and digestive problems. So, yeah. Okay. Ooh, so then we also have, so later in the evening, so these two are pretty much midday, and then later in the evening we have the King of Swords. starting off the evening, and it's upright. So I feel like this is a legal person doing his best to help him. I have to check out and see what that, and I want to do a separate reading on that Emil Beauvais dude who's lying his ass off right now as he's being grilled by Congress. Yeah, so I don't know what sign he is. I have to check him out. Could be him. Yeah, I think he would be like the third. Well, no, I might be getting people mixed up. I've read up on so many different people, but I haven't looked for the sign. So I better watch what I say about that. Other than, this is somebody who would help him strategize legally, and we know he knows how to work the system. Boy, does he ever. Yeah. It's not reversed, but it does. This is because it's Uranus and Libra. This is the card that rules the nervous system and all about, the balances between the nervous system. And if it were reversed, then, we're in diabetes and blood sugar, kidney area. So, and then that would definitely change the meaning of the card, because when this card comes through reversed, this is like a tyrant. This is somebody who's just really abusive, or could be an incompetent surgeon. That we're talking usually, majorly vengeful, right? Ruthless, like a ruthless attorney, a manipulator. So there's that. But maybe that's the way it is. Maybe that really is the way to read it, because he does manipulate with his attorneys. He manipulates the whole system. And that Beauvais guy used to be his, I have a feeling he's at least one of these two, but he was his, what, number two, was it after Alina Hoppe or what? I can't remember how that went, but he was one of his attorneys, and they're trying to get him elected on one of, or placed on one of the, as a judge. It's like, oh great, yeah, sure. Yeah, but this would be the card for judges. Now, the King of Cups could be as well, but it would be usually somebody who was caring. But, reverse, that's another whole issue. Okay, so the Four of Swords later in the evening has him down, immobile, and needing balance, needing to rest. Later on in the evening, there's not rest with these two cards, like in the middle of the night. So maybe it's jet lag from going, all the way to The Hague or all the way to the Netherlands, and him coming back and he's on a different schedule, or he's in the middle of the night just waking up because, he is the demented one. So, but that's pretty much what the Ace of Wands is about. Something new that he wants to act on. Now, also, the Ace of Wands is one of the travel cards, so I'm wondering if there is something where maybe he, like on the best level for him, I would say he gets a lot of advice with these cards, but I don't know that he really receives it because his brain can't really process very well anymore. That's what happens when you don't do your emotional work. Because, when you do that, it leads to your intelligence. There's emotional intelligence with this card, a reasoning intelligence with the King of Swords. So, but anyway, maybe he does, like on the best way I could read this for him is he gets good rest and support because he gets the support and then he does rest. But then he's up early because maybe he does have to travel somewhere. I could be totally wrong. But again, with the Queen of Pentacles, this could be, what's her name? Susie Wiles helping him out, advising him. It could also be, let's see, what other women, what other Earth sign women. Yeah. Oh yeah. What's her name? Caroline Levitt, his press secretary. So between his chief of staff and his press secretary helping him, there might be some travel or something going on, or maybe I think I thought he came back already, but maybe I'm wrong on that. This is just weird. Okay, let's see what's at the foundation of the reading. Yeah, there's the Kremlin, there's Russia, there's an offer. So the Empress is our, Mother Russia card. The Knight of Cups brings through an offer. Again, though, lymphatic system rules this card. It could also be a water sign man that's moving, to help him out somehow. Like again, maybe it's one of it could be Kash Patel. Kash Patel's a Scorpio, right? I think. No, he's a Pisces. And he is in such a high position. I think this might be Kash Patel up here. But then again, there could be some offer it could be Elon, because he's a Cancer. Be any water sign man. So I think there's an offer from the Kremlin somehow, honestly. So, okay, no dirt nap cards for today, but if you can, join me live. I'll be live at 11 a.m. Pacific, and I have, oh my goodness, I think 17 questions that you guys have dropped into the post that I left on Saturday. So I appreciate that. So anyway, that's it. Take good care. Have a wonderful day. No matter what you do, take good care of yourself. Okay, bye.